Good afternoon, dear viewer. Let's have a look at some crypto. We saw a big dump yesterday, and everybody's probably wondering what happens next. To answer this question simply, I don't know. I can only trade probabilities, not certainties, as I always say. So let's have a look what happened on BTC and what could be the possible next moves. So with this coming down so far, I would not say this invalidates any bullish scenarios, but it makes it very, very improbable that this is a first step to some kind of an extension of this wave 5 here that we had here. It seems that this was our last wave up before a bigger correction. So if we take this as an A or a 1, then this is probably where the wave ended. This is the beginning of our correction. How far will it go? I don't know. We could still we could have a 1, 2, 3 consolidation 4 and then 5. That's also still possible. So I don't know which scenario will be true. We could even, it's still possible, maybe not very probable, but it's still possible that we like dump right away. Maybe some kind of a company goes bankrupt, they have to liquidate all their assets and they just begin dumping without mercy. That's also possible. But let's look at it from maybe a more local perspective, and then we come back to the high interval view later with some of the alts. And now let's have a look at what happened on the local basis. So I still think this is a corrective move A, B, C. Then we have an A, B, C up, and then we have two possibilities. One I mentioned in one of the previous videos, that we get another zigzag down. I don't think this is a zigzag, to be honest. Does not look like one. It looks in the move looks impulsive. But there is a pattern in Elliott waves, which I call the 3-3-5 pattern. So this is some kind of a flat correction, it's called. And flat correction takes shape of 3 moves, an ABC, 3 moves, ABC again 3 moves, and then the last one is 5 waves. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's done. So I would focus only on this last wave, because these two, they look like 3s. This begins to look like a 5. I was kicked out of my longs. I had my stop losses here, so they were triggered. I lost some money, but I saved a lot of capital by triggering the stop losses. So I'm not crying over this. This is part of trading, can happen. We just have to figure out what's ahead of us, not really come back to these situations, maybe analyze it a little bit. I had all these scenarios, and I considered this as a possibility that we will move down. I tended to think that the more probable scenario is with these sets of higher highs, higher lows, that we will still break to the upside. Didn't happen, too bad. Life goes on. Now let's focus on what's ahead of us. So let's go down to 1 hour, or maybe start with 4 hour. My opinion is this. We have 3 wave move up. Now we have wave 1, 2. This is for sure our 3. This is the heart of our impulse. This is for sure wave 3. This might be a wave in this wave 3. I'm pretty sure these lows will be taken out. All this wick has to be filled, my opinion. Once it's filled, So we will chop around probably over the weekend, then maybe get another move down. And I would expect a bigger consolidation here, run of the lows up. How far we go up is a different story. Yeah, so we could say maybe this wave here is complete. I don't know. Um, but at least we should get some kind of a reaction up. So it's like we had it here. We had here three ways move down, so a correction down, and then some kind of a reaction to the upside. So same should happen. And I don't know if this will be the start of a new run to the upside and clearing of these highs here. I think these need to be cleared. I would be very surprised if they don't, if we don't clear them. But you never know. It could happen. If I see more downside, like straight through the liquidity here, all this liquidity here, and then some form of consolidation here, then I know that the next wave down is coming. At the moment, I have a local short open. I'm pretty sure at some point these lows will get taken out. We probably chop around here. So chop around here, take out these lows, bounce up a little bit, and then chop around here. One more bounce and going up again. I would want to see the liquidations taken here. So this is the same situation like we have here, but now in the opposite direction. Liquidations collected here. If we take these out, I think we have way open for another move up. Now let's see, if we put on some fibs, how far did this move go? That's interesting. So let's clear this out. Let's hide these fibs, and then let's pull on a very simple fib onto this and see how deep did we go, because I expect we didn't go that deep, to be honest. So I'm trying to be careful with this to really grab the lows here. And let's make it a very simple set of fibs. So let's take simple ones, and this is our 382, which is 382 is usually the minimum that the fourth wave retraces to. So we could get like massive chop here. This could be our 1, 2, 3 down, then up to clear these highs, or we could get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, again 3, again 3, and then up. That could also happen. So we'll be watching this. And in the short run, like I said, I opened a short. Invalidation is, let me see, invalidation is here. We should not be getting to the bottom of wave one, of what I consider wave one. It might be actually this one here. This could be our one, then this is one of our three, then we get the big impulse down, then some chop around, and then we can go up again. So that's BTC. I expect more downside first. Good place to stop this downside would be to clear those liquidations here. So this is what I have as a target. What about higher time frame and considering two alts? What is worrying to me is that we are not creating higher lows. I mean, you could maybe challenge this by saying, okay, we probably, maybe not on this alt, but we will see if in a minute that we are piercing some of the highs. But I would want to see this broken, at least. So this is worrying, and the similar patterns show up on different alts. It's consolidation after a massive move down. And to me, unfortunately, consolidation normally means continuation. This is especially clear on ETH. You know, we have taken out this one here, but how I see it is here we have A, B, C. That could be our corrective move. We could chop around here and then shoot to the upside. That's possible, but more likely than not, since we're still creating lower lows, lower highs, then we could say 1, 2, 3, consolidation 4, 5, and then we go up. I don't know which one is the more likely scenario. I don't want to guess. For me, the entry, let's say the entry signal on a closer look would be if we here go down to this level, bounce a little bit here. This is my short, this is my stop loss, this is our wave down. We had a similar situation on flow. I closed my short already. I showed it on Roman's Discord. Very similar setup, but on a smaller time frame. Like you see, I noted down, take out this low at least. It's chop. Yeah. Then I saw this wave up. I entered somewhere here, stop around here, and then down. Very similar setup to ETH on a higher time frame, and this is worrying, to be honest. Worrying on one hand, but on the other hand, it could give us a chance that we will get more options to accumulate ETH. So that's that. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what's happening. I hope my short this time it works. My longs didn't work. My shorts worked, but we'll see what happens. So that's done for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that was of use to you. Thanks and bye-bye.